situation would have changed. So, I'm affected every Cancer Awareness Month. Then I get this picture of me as a child that I never seen a childhood picture of myself ever in my life. So I'm like, that's crazy. Then I get this picture of my mom's. I ain't never see before. I have no pictures of my mom, and I just never really asked. So I get the picture of my mother, I get a picture of myself, and then, the Cancer Awareness Month, and then I go to the Sabi lecture I didn't even anticipate, and I see a woman that looks like my aunt that died of cancer. Not my mom's, because my aunt also died of cancer. While I was just really gaining my conscious momentum. And she kept it quiet, so she wasn't even telling nobody. So when I looked at this sister, I turned around, I'm like, this woman looks just like my Auntie Vaughn. So I'm like, I'm feeling like something's going on. And I just been in a raise money for everybody type of energy that brought me into this day. So I gave the sister $100 on the strength when she said she's trying to raise money to go out there to Honduras and everything. And I was like, man, this is rough. This is some rough shit. I'm seeing people looking like my family that died of cancer. I'm watching the cancer bands on everybody. I just got my mom picture who died of cancer. So all this is going in my mind, and I'm like, damn. And I wasn't really there for my mom's because my mentality was you wasn't there for me at that time. So I put this online. I wrote a message to my mother. I put it on social media, but it really was for me to just vent my frustration. I write a lot. So I put it out there for it to go in the universe and just put the thought out there and to connect with my mom on an etheric level. So I wrote, Dear Mama, when I met you for the first time, I was 17 and you died the week that I met you from cancer. I spent 7 days with you. No one told me you were sick before I met you. It was hard to be there for you because, yeah, I felt like you was never there for me. I did not show to your wake, your funeral, or your hospital bed when I could have. I found out you could have died having me, and Dad did not want to risk losing you, so he wanted me aborted. You risked your life to have me. I matured since, and I basically went on to say, look at your little boy grown all now. So that's a picture of myself as a child. That's my mother. Most of us have seen it almost at the same time I seen it. So you see my mother around the same time I see my mother.
Just like her. I'm looking at your sister right now.
Word. So, I didn't know what to do with the picture. I kept thinking throw it away and everything like that. But then I'm like, it just came to me. And then I wound up at a lecture and someone who was dying of cancer looked like my aunt. The Cancer Awareness Month. I get this and I'm like, only had 7 days with my mom. And I apologize to her as much as I can for not just saying I love you, because I was too selfish at the time and I didn't have a lot of knowledge. So my apology to her is to create a situation where I can help other people before they wind up in a situation like me where I wish I would have said something to my mom. Because we lose our family, but sometimes we just think they're going to be there longer than we really know they're going to be there. So we think we got time and we could buy time. And then they go and we hear like, shit, everything starts coming to you what you should have said. It's like I had a mental block. The whole time I had my 7 days with my mom, I had a mental block. But when she died, I swear I knew everything I wanted to say to her. So I figure the best way I can liberate myself and apologize to her simultaneously is to create a situation, use my influence and my passion to help other people so they don't lose their family and have regrets and wishes, that they would mend whatever problems or issues they had before in the past. So we create a GoFundMe And the way we gonna do the GoFundMe account, I'm ready. The way we gonna do the GoFundMe account is twofold. We're gonna raise money to help get people to Honduras, one, to get the treatment. And we also gonna raise money to keep people stabilized on some really good herbs, stuff that may even possibly kill them here on the ground, depending on how intense their situation is. They just try to keep them at bay. But the goal is to create a viable situation so people go out the country and get the type of herbs that get the job done in real time. Because we don't know how much time we have left with our family. The main reason this is important is not just to send people there to get cured individually. I believe if we could fund X amount of people to go to Honduras and they can get cured, and we can keep a recordation of when they were diagnosed, and when we send them out there and they're processed and they get cured, we could truly make believers out of people through serious recordation. People are being healed right now, but we're not doing the recordation right to get the results we're looking for. We should create enough pressure on society through proper recordation of people's testimonies that people will just have to respond and save their family. But there's skepticism out there, and I understand. But if we can, it works. Sebi cures these things. All we have to do is just fund a few people to get out there, and when they get out there, and they come back, and they healed, and we make sure that part of the plan is you got to have your hospital paperwork, so we can have a record of everything that they said was wrong for you, all the treatments you went through, all the symptoms you got, all the medications you was taking. Take a record of it. Because when you go to Honduras, you can be healed. In America, it's illegal. So everything is kind of underground for the most part, what people got to do. But once you leave the country, you can be healed and come back here and say you was killed, overseas or across the land.
Now, yo, didn't they put Dr. Sebi in jail?
Yeah, so... and somebody on the chat said, but why we have to raise money to send them to Honduras? If you know a better place that you can get stuff done, and you know what the hill is, and you know how to facilitate, and this is not to be disrespectful, you got to get up and teach, and you got to also make it happen. I only know from my personal experience that this man cured me. He killed one of my wives of cancer through the process of following